Right, so the final race of this Manufacturers Cup and is taking place at the lovely Deep Forest Raceway. So now sitting a 1:26.2, which is good enough for 7th place. And yeah, 15 laps around here, and also a required tire change from, well, either from mediums to hards or from hards to mediums. Now, I didn't actually know how long the mediums will last because I did no practice basically. So kinda just wing it and, well, hoping for the best. But anyway, never mind that. Coming on to lap 2, you can see a bit of contact between the McLaren and the Ferrari. And, well, yeah, I don't know what's happening there, but it's only the beginning of lap 2 and there's already stuff going down, people already punting each other off. But anyway, the McLaren does touch the guardrail on the exit there slightly, which means they don't get the best exit. And, well, yeah, gonna kinda bump off them a bit. And I look to the inside to try and get a move. Coming down, braking a bit too late, and yeah, going a bit wide on the exit there. Pushing him slightly, but yeah, I don't think anything major. But then obviously this Ferrari has now come up on top, so basically don't make or lose any moves. Anyway, coming down the straight, coming on to lap 5, coming down to the first corner, and, well, yeah, just not having enough to overtake. Maybe I could have tried to go on the inside, but still in 6. We're now the worst corner of the track, where I go over the white line and then proceed to give myself half a second penalty. Lovely. And then to the next lap, exact same corner and the exact same mistake, making it a 1 second penalty. There you go. At least I must have it straight away. Where now that McLaren is about to come back past, and maybe even a Ferrari coming down 2 seconds last corner. McLaren does get past. I do go a bit deep. Ferrari getting there side by side, but kind of not making it. But now, as you can see up ahead, bit of altercations between the two Ferraris. McLaren they again involved a bit, and then yeah, McLaren pushed me into the wall for some reason. Now going back, as you can see, it was between 3 cars, the two Ferraris and the GTR. As you can see, there's already some punting happening, and yeah, definitely, yeah, the Ferrari pushes that one off, and then, well, yeah, the GTR seems, I don't know if it was on purpose, kinda does seem on purpose, but yeah, pushes him off into the wall, and the other Ferrari comes and tries to finish him off. Obviously it doesn't go to plan, because then they get spun out. I don't know what happened between them, but, well, nothing I guess. Anyway, as the GTR gets by the Peugeot there, looking for the position, but yeah, not getting it. Although we'll soon get it back as we come into the first corner on lap 8, coming down on the inside, parking it on the inside, and yeah, getting back past that GTR up into 5th. Now a few cars did obviously pit. Haven't pitted yet, still on the racing odds. Gonna try and go on it for a little bit longer because, well, yeah, I don't know how long mediums are supposed to last. Some people are pitting quite early, though I don't want to take the chance on the first race. So now moving to the end of lap 9, and yeah, to when they decide to come into the pits. Gonna change from the worn odds to a fresh pair of mediums. And now coming out in 7th and catching up with one of those Ferraris that was in the altercations, getting past through this corner. Died. At least I'm not giving myself any penalties around there. But yeah, in a position up, and then also eventually catching up to these two. Although there's a yellow flag up ahead, because there's the Brit and the Jag seem to, well, yeah, throw it into the wall again. So yeah, getting up on the Jag, getting a really good exit compared to McLaren, although it isn't quite enough to overtake in the straightaway. But as we come down to the braking point, gonna try and keep it on the inside and getting through and around. yeah, getting it done on the McLaren. That's up into fourth, and fourth is where I'll finish. Didn't quite have enough to catch up with the Mustang up ahead, so pretty decent results, I guess, considering some of the dirtiness that occurred in this race. So now to race 2, to the qualifying, braking at the 100-meter board, keeping it tight through here, and then getting straight onto the power, coming through here, cutting there a bit more, down with the brakes as you come through this section, a bit more on the brakes coming through here, so rolling it through there, yeah, and getting through, a bit more on the edge there, keeping it tight through here, taking my time to get on the power, don't want to slide and then lose the back, cutting this a lot more, and going a bit wide through there, a bit wider than I think I should have. Coming through here, well, completely missing the apex through that section, and now blasting it down the back straight, coming down to the next braking point, perhaps braking a bit late, and yeah, going a bit wide, well, I say a bit wide, completely missing the apex through there, but it wouldn't really matter because, well, it's enough to get into pole position, and somehow it's enough to keep that pole position. But that won't even last a lap as we come to the end of lap 1, Porsche there on the inside, going a bit deep, trying to do a switchback, but then the Lambo proceeds to spin me around and send me into the shadow realm. Very nice. I drop all the way down to, well, essentially loss. So yeah, a bit annoying, but it is right at the beginning, so there's potential to make a comeback, although yeah, they're kinda far gone already, but let's see how this goes, let's see how far up we can get. So yeah, moving way ahead to lap 5 where I know what's happening with the Porsche, but yeah, I guess that's the first one up, and also this is when a few people come in to change to the mediums. There's also a yellow flag up ahead with 2 cars going a bit slow there. I don't know what happened there between them, but yeah, that's up into 8. Well, obviously not properly up into 8, but yeah, I'll take it. But now to the next lap, end of lap 6, coming into pit, changing to the mediums. So yeah, pitting a lot earlier than the last race. Hopefully that will work out a bit better as we move on to lap 10, coming there down on the inside of the BMW. Well, yeah, getting cleanly past, keep it on the inside. Yeah, that's 8th place. Obviously, a few other people pitted. I did come out the pitting 11th. A few other people pitted. So yeah. But now coming to this altercation between the GTR and the Ferrari. You see a bit of smoke there. The Ferrari did seem to push the GTR off, and well, yeah, I'll proceed to go into him and get a 3-second penalty from that. Lovely stuff. And now that penalty did allow the GTR, the same GTR, to get through. And yeah, now fighting on the last lap, coming down to the last corner. He's covering the inside. I'm gonna try and go around the outside, but yeah, he kind of just parks it there, and I don't get through. And as a result, finish in 7th. So not really the comeback I was hoping for. Honestly, I should have just left it at the first race and gotten like way more points, but you win some, you lose some, I guess. And yeah, I guess that is all. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.